All right, Kenny. I just want to thank you personally just for coming to my in-depth interview. Um, I'm just gonna jump right into things. It's an interview based on basically like the pizza industry and like just local pizza joints around the Athens area. Um, so, do you personally like pizza? I mean, I know a lot of people. I've actually talked to a lot of people that don't actually like pizza. What's your thoughts on it?
I think that's crazy. I really enjoy pizza. I eat pizza at least once, twice a week.
Really? Very cool. Very cool. So, what's your like? Where do you go like on campus? Like, where do you go for pizza?
Around here, it seems like more often than not, I end up walking into Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. What
Yeah.
specifically drives you to go to Goodfellas?
It's just I really enjoy their crust. I mean, I just really think it's different than everyone else's, and it keeps me coming back.
Okay. Is there any other like flavors that or not flavors, but like aspects of that pizza that like really like make you want to go back there over and over again?
Yeah, I really think they got a good balance between the sauce and the cheese, but it's really the crust that keeps me coming back.
Okay. So the crust is one of the main huge factor in that. Okay. Very interesting. All right. So like just like to filter off from a little different thing. Do you prefer like a frozen pizza, like one that you could just like buy from a store and freeze it in your freezer, or do you prefer delivery?
Um, Taste wise, I would definitely say delivery. I mean, you can't really beat a hot pizza coming straight from the store, but a lot of times, just for convenience and time's sake, I will just go have a frozen pizza from the store and just heat it up.
Which do you find yourself using more often, like the delivery, or like do you buy more pizzas from it?
Uh, Lately, I've definitely been getting more delivery. I've tried to shy away from the frozen pizzas, but I'd say for right now, definitely more delivery.
How long does that delivery take?
I guess it really just depends how busy they are. Usually, I'd say roughly 40 minutes, give or take about 10 minutes or so.
Okay. All right. So here's another little question. So it's like you obviously go to school. You're a grad student. I was just kind of curious. Like, what's the how far is like the closest pizza place to your house?
It's actually not too far. Definitely within walking distance, which is usually like under 10 minutes for me. So
Okay.
there's definitely a couple pizza places within that distance.
Very cool. Very cool. When you buy that pizza, do you use any like what are your like mix and match offers? Like, do you go for the coupons or like the BOGOs or like percentage off? Like, which one do you prefer, honestly?
Um, Anytime I see a deal, I really try to utilize it. Anytime I can save money, that's definitely something I look for. But I don't usually have coupons. If I do have a coupon, I do like to use it. But coupons, really, really just don't have them.
So like what's if you use a coupon? It could just be like a special, like or like especially night. Say like courtside has like the Wednesday night slice night. Like, what is the one that you most often, like around like the Athens area?
Oh, that's a good question. I definitely do enjoy slice night because
Okay.
you really just can't beat that price.
Okay.
But there's another pizza place on Union Street that I believe the coupon's like $5 for a large pizza, and that's kind of hard to beat sometimes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So here's another little question. Like, how do you prefer your crust? Like, are you kind of like a deep dish, flatbread, just normal size pizza? Like, what do you prefer, Ken?
Huh. I definitely like somewhere in between. Deep dish every once in a while is just excellent because I mean, I don't know.
Changes it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
it just
Okay.
tastes so good. I'm not huge into the thin crust, so I would definitely say somewhere in between the two.
Okay. So when you look to order pizza, usually when we like look towards buy pizza, like we're either with a group or just kind of by ourselves, just kind of obviously just eating a meal of the day. When you order your pizza, what size do you specifically order or like find yourself ordering the most often?
Definitely, I'd probably say a large. If it's just for me and like my roommate, I would definitely just say just one large pizza. But if it's for a bigger gathering, probably two, maybe three, but usually just like two and then like breadsticks or something like that.
Okay, okay. So you look for those type of deals that like come along with like a breadsticks or something. Like say if like there was a specific case where you would buy like a pizza of you'd be more incentivized to buy it if you would get like a breadstick offering or
Oh yeah, absolutely.
okay.
Anytime, like I said earlier, anytime I can save money, I'm definitely for that. So, if I can get some sort of special where I can get an extra order of breadsticks or cheese sticks or something along those lines, it definitely incentivizes me more to go ahead and order that pizza.
Okay, so there's been a little like trend going around, like your Blaze Pizza, which is like familiar to like the Cleveland area, and I think it's Latza that's up on Court Street. That's like you're more like personalized, like own pizza that's like catered towards yourself. You can put whatever you want on it, and it's kind of like your own personalized pizza. Do you prefer to build your own pizza, or are you kind of like the cut and dry, like get the pepperoni, get the cheese, and just kind of like more of the quantity, necessarily more than like the customization of your pizza?
I'd say for me, I kind of like to do both.
Okay.
The Blaze Pizza that's kind of going around LeBron's Sheen, I really do enjoy going there every once in a while, not too often, because just the customization, I do feel like it's more catered to me, and I really enjoy that. But I definitely say more often than not, I kind of just stick with the generic, like either just pepperoni or sausage, type of pizza.
What drives you to get the regular pizza more so than the customization pizza? Because you said you go there more often, so I was just kind of curious about that.
Probably just for more the convenience sake. Right now, I'm not really close to any Blaze pizzas around here.
Or Latza, or it's just like in general, like the customization kind of pizza.
And a lot of the customization pizza are like a thin crust, and like I said earlier, I kind of like having like a crust kind of like in between. So yeah, that's kind of what drives me away from those customizations and more towards just like a normal pizza.
Okay. All right, so we've been talking about like cheese and pepperoni. There's obviously a lot more different toppings, a lot of like different things that you can put on your pizza. Specifically, like when you're like your go-tos, like what do you try to, or what do you look for in like toppings, or like what do you find most interesting in your pizza that you can add to it?
I gotta admit I'm kind of boring, kind of basic, so I do just like pepperoni, sausage, but I'm also an advocate for like bacon. I'll throw in chicken. If there's a customization where I can throw in some like sriracha sauce, I'm all for that. A lot of times I like to customize my crust, so if I can have like a maybe cheese inside or cheese on the outside, I do really enjoy that.
Okay. How much would you be willing to pay for like an extra topping? Because what usually I see around it runs for like $1.50 to like $1 like per extra thing. Like how much would you be willing to pay like for an extra topping?
Man, that's tough because I mean, I guess it kind of depends on my mood. I'd really prefer just to pay like 50 cents to $1, but I know it can run up to $2 sometimes. So I don't know. I'd say definitely, for me, definitely no more than like $1.50.
No more than $1.50.
Yeah, that'd be my.
You mentioned mood. Like, what types of mood are you buying pizza? Are you buying pizza when you're celebrating a success, or like, are you just getting pizza strictly to just get pizza? Like, is it just as simple as that?
I would definitely say more often than not, when I'm ordering pizza, I kind of like to have it when I'm with like a group of some sort. Maybe on Sundays when we're watching football, it's something easy. Everybody, well, not everybody, but most people can enjoy pizza. So if you just order like a couple large pizzas on a Sunday afternoon, everyone seems to be happy with that decision.
Okay. When are you more likely to order pizza? Like a time of the day? Like kind of like, are you? I mean, I've talked to some people that eat it for breakfast, which I think is kind of a little crazy. But like, you have like your lunch and dinner. Like, when do you specifically, or even late night? Honestly, like, when do you mostly buy your pizza?
Well, I can say I don't think I've ever ordered a morning pizza.
No morning pizza? Okay.
No morning pizza.
Just save the leftovers for breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, definitely evening type of deal. If it's like a Sunday when we're watching football, then maybe more towards lunchtime, but definitely evening dinner type of purchase.
Okay. So is there any specific things that you don't like about like pizza places like in the area, like whether it's like customer service, like cleanliness of the facility? Like, is there any like specific things that kind of just like you like notice every time that you get that certain pizza, and like you just would like a fix, but not necessarily know how to fix the problem itself? It's more managerial or.
Well, honestly, I haven't had too many problems. At least down here, I haven't had too many problems. If I do walk into a store, though, I would prefer cleanliness. Sometimes some stores around here, they just might just have had a long night, so there's napkins on the ground,
Like a bunch of trash buildup and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So that'll sometimes deter me away and keep me from not going there for a certain stretch of time. So if there is a store that I do walk into and it's clean and the pizza's good, then I am more likely to go back there and order there again sooner rather than later.
So the more cleaner. I mean, I'm not. It's like not a direct correlation, but like you'd be more willing to go there and sit in their store if it was more clean and like more kind of like modern, esque looking. Okay, so I'm gonna filter this conversation over a little bit. I just want to ask you a question. Did you know there's Donato's Pizza in Athens?
Honestly, I didn't know until recently. A lot of times, when I get pizza, it's kind of like the pizza on Court Street. So, I just had recently found out about the Donato's.
Okay. Have you ever tried Donato's? Like, not necessarily just this one in Athens, but like any chain from even back your hometown or anything?
Yeah, I haven't had this Donato's yet, but we used to have one back in our hometown that when I was younger we'd get, I don't know, once, twice a month. But that Donato's ended up closing down because I don't think they were able to generate enough sales. So I really haven't had Donato's in a little while now.
Do you remember any like personal experiences from that? You said you were there when you were like a younger kid. Like,
yeah.
Do you remember anything with like the customer service, the pizza that like stood out to you?
If I remember correctly, Donato's has like the smaller cut slices.
Yeah.
So that's always something I remember. The only experience I remember was after I won like a basketball championship. We went there straight after and got like, I don't know, 5, 6 large pizzas, and I don't remember any bad experiences from that.
Okay. All right. So the next question I was gonna ask is it was in your hometown, but you obviously answered that. So when you order pizza, like what do you order like more like online, or in store, or like obviously like when you order online, like do you order over the phone, like just kind of like how do you get your pizza?
When I'm down here in Athens, I would definitely say more often than not, I'll order it online. If I'm really hungry and I'm just suddenly walking on Court Street and want pizza, then I'll obviously just walk into a store like Goodfellas or something and just grab a slice or two. But I definitely say more often than not, I would definitely order pizza online.
Okay. So like how many items when you order pizza, like I said, are you like getting it necessarily for yourself, or like are you getting items along with it? Like, so how many items do you think like per purchase? Like it's like on average, like how much do you think do you get per transaction? Usually just the pizza, or like do you add like a breadstick side or like a pop or whatever?
Yeah, I guess it definitely depends who I'm with. If it's just for me, I would say just the pizza is usually my go-to. But if I'm with a group of people, a lot of people do like to get a pop with it for whatever reason. I don't know, I'm not a big pop drinker, but I know a lot of people do like to drink pop. And if there's like a specialty or some kind of coupon, then yeah, I'll definitely use that and get an extra like 50% off, or I'll get breadsticks or cheese sticks to go along with it.
Okay. So you mentioned something about like a specialty. Like, did you mean like a specialty pizza? Or just like a special, like on the menu, like a kind of day or like a promotion that they're just trying to get through?
Yeah, I would definitely say both. If there's a certain specialty pizza that they just got going on for a short time, then I might try it out, because...
Time's limited.
Yeah, right. But yeah, if there's some sort of discount in price that I can get off, yeah, I'll for sure use that and get as much as I can.
Okay. So... This is more tailored towards Donato's itself. So like, have you seen any promotions or anything around like campus area, like I know you're off campus for like housing because graduate school, but like have you seen any promotions, whether it's on like TV or like flyers or anything that kind of like promotes the Donato's brand like in this Athens area?
Huh. Honestly,
Because personally, I haven't. I'm just
yeah, I was about to say I not that I can really recollect. I really haven't seen like a Donato's promotion or advertisement probably unless I'm back in my hometown.
have you like when you saw those promotions, like did it affect your urge to buy? Like were you just on the tip of your couch, just like, oh, I need a Donato's pizza right after that, or was it just kind of like another commercial that just like, hey, it's pizza, like it's just like another thing going on?
Um, I do enjoy Donato's pizza, so when I do see a commercial or advertisement,
More eager to buy.
yeah, I am kind of like on the point where it's like, wow, I should probably get that right now. That kind of sounds good, but down here, yeah, I don't really see a whole lot of advertisements.
So you said like around this area, like in Athens, you're not really prone to choose Donato's compared to its competitors because more like convenience, and just like the flavor of like you mentioned Goodfellas about their like crusts and like cheese flavors. Back home, when you're ordering Donato's and like you're comparing it to all these different like big corporate chains or local like mom and pop shops, like what what is like the difference? Like why? Like the competitive advantage of like Donato's, like what makes you choose them compared to its other not partners but competitors?
I think a couple times we've gotten some deals on it. So I think I've had like a couple friends who've gotten some like a buy one get one. I think it was the one time. So, we're gonna use those coupons when we have them. And for me personally, I kind of do like the idea of the way they cut their pizza. I mean, it's different, and I don't really know how much of a difference it makes, but I do like to change it up every once in a while and get Donato's pizza.
Would you personally refer Donato's to a friend?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't say anything bad about it.
Okay. So this is just like another kind of question, just filtering back towards like Donato's, but like how many times have you had it in like the past 6 months? Like I mean, I know you're down here in Athens. Obviously, like you go back home to visit family. So, like, how many times do you think, if any, have you had Donato's in the past 6 months?
I don't think I've had Donato's in the past 6 months, honestly.
Do you know when's the last time you had Donato's?
It's got to be a couple years.
Couple years.
I couldn't really give you an exact time frame, but I don't remember it in the past 2-3 years.
Is that just because pure inconvenience of the stores, or just like you prefer other things more so than them?
Yeah, like I said, back home, our chain closed in our hometown, and then, like I said earlier, I recently just found out there's a Donato's here in Athens, so that never really crossed my mind when I'm saying, all right, let's get a pizza.
Okay. So you mentioned a lot of good things about Donato's. You also mentioned a couple like things that they probably should work on via promotions and whatnot, like letting people know that they're in the area. So what is something that you like about Donato's specifically? Like if you were to just kind of like put it on like a board, like writing all the likes and dislikes, like what are the likes that you kind of see when you're like thinking about Donato's?
I know I mentioned earlier that I didn't really like the thin crust, but I do like Donato's like thin crust. I mean, I can't really explain why, but it's kind of like, it's not addicting, but I mean, it makes you kind of want to come back and order it.
Absolutely.
And then I also like the way they cut their pizza. I mean, I think it's kind of cool and unique, and it makes it's something different that I can order.
Okay. Yeah, what we've kind of noticed is we ordered a couple pizzas like from Donato's here in the last couple of days. That it's more like for a party. What I've heard about from people is it's kind of like it reminds them of like an appetizer, like a breadsticks, the way it's cut, because it's like a 2-bite kind of pizza that you could share with a lot of people. They obviously cut it into a lot of different pieces, so a lot of people can have the opportunity to eat it and not get left out of like the last piece of that pizza.
Right.
So That's interesting you say that. So is there anything that you dislike about Donatos? Whether it's at home or in Athens or.
Yeah, it's not that I dislike it, but I mean, I just don't see enough advertisements, enough promotions. I mean, I wish I did see more, and I did get more coupons, so it would entice me to order it more often than not. And I guess I just kind of I wish there was more chains open around where I live.
Very cool. All right. Well, Kenny, I just wanted to thank you for participating in my independent research.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming out.